A very hearty good afternoon to everyone. At the outset, I welcome you all on behalf of Dhenkanal Science Center, a unit of National Council of Science Museums, Ministry of Culture, Government of India. Welcome everyone. Let me welcome our today's resource person, the son of the soil, Sushant Kumar Jena sir. He is basically from Odisha. The senior manager, corporate communications, NPCIL Mumbai. I always feel Sushant sir is a part of Dhenkanal Science Center family. Welcome Sushant sir and all the online participants. Friends, as you all know, in India we celebrate every year 14th December as National Energy Conservation Day since 1991. The day is organized by Bureau of Energy Efficiency, which operates under Ministry of Power, Government of India, and it's aimed to present India's stellar achievements in cost efficient energy production, even distribution, and special emphasis for energy conservation. So today we have with us Dr. S.K.Jena, Senior Manager Corporate Communications, NPCIL Mumbai, and today's theme is energy conservation and nuclear power. So Jena sir will elaborate, will enlighten all of us on this particular theme, befitting this occasion. Friends, let me tell you, of course, we are doing it online, though pandemic is almost over. Now, in some schools, exams are going on. A few students will participate, and the same lecture will be live streamed in our social media pages, Facebook page of Dhenkanal Science Center, and even YouTube channel, so that it can reach to a larger extent. Maximum people can reach to that. Now, without wasting any time, may I request Jena sir, please take over. Now the platform is yours. Please enlighten all of us. I'm sure we all will be enthused, and the aim for this event will reach to a maximum extent. Jena sir, please.
Thank you, sir. My voice is audible to everybody?
Yeah, it's audible.
Yes, sir. So, good afternoon to everybody. I am S.K.Jena. I am working in as Senior Manager in Corporate Communication Group of Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited. So, basically, we are into power generation, but today this is, I am going to present my entire screen. So this presentation is visible to everybody?
Yes, it's visible. It's visible.
So the point is energy conservation and nuclear power. Okay. First, let us tell about what is energy conservation. Energy conservation होता क्या है? Okay, I will speak in English, Hindi as well as in Odia. If somebody is not able to understand, then you can ask me the questions wherever it is possible. I will try to answer. Okay. So today is National Energy Conservation Day. So as sir has told, what is energy conservation? First thing is energy conservation means it is basically the efficient use of energy. Here we are talking about electricity energy generated from various forms, whether it is from solar energy format, whether it is hydro energy, whether it is wind energy, whether it is thermal, or whether it is nuclear power. So all this electricity or in the form of energy, how you use. This is the main question why it is considered the energy conservation. The efficient use of energy is one of the main component of energy conservation. Second component comes is the reduction in the loss of energy. The use of energy and the loss of energy, both the components reciprocate one another. That means if you are reducing the loss of energy, indirectly you are helping in conservation of energy. So this is also a important component of energy conservation. Third is energy saved is energy generated. That means whatever energy you generate, like for example, in the use of a thermal power plant, or in the case of a wind power plant, or in the case of a solar or nuclear power plant, the cost of installment of all the power plants as well as the human cost, the land cost, the resource cost, all these costs come into your electricity charge. So basically it is energy saved is energy generated. The generation of electricity by using these means is a costly effort, whether you are using a solar energy, wind or any form. So the save of energy is basically energy generated. And the last point is what I want to tell you is save energy to reduce pollution. The pollution is a very big factor in today's scenario. Whether we are using a thermal power plant, when we are using thermal power plant or gas-based power plant, we are generating electricity, no doubt about it, because in India today, most of our electricity comes from thermal power plants. Where about 70% of India's electricity comes from thermal power plant, whether it is a coal power plant or gas-based power plant or oil-based power plant. So these power plants gives us 70% of our energy requirement. Indirectly, these power plants are one of the main resource of pollution also. So save energy to reduce pollution. Means if you are using the energy in a different manner, so you are directly or indirectly helping the pollution aspect. What is the benefit of energy conservation? Why we require energy conservation? First thing is, once you do the conservation, you are directly or indirectly helping in protecting the environment. Means the environment around us, you are protecting by conserving of energy. Second thing is, by energy conservation, you are going to get a good health because due to pollution. In India, as per the data, it says that more than 1.6 lakh or more than 2 lakh people in India die due to pollution. More than 2 lakh. So it's a very big number. If you are aware of these things, that in the winter season or during the Diwali season, the pollution level of Delhi goes to such an extent that doctors, whichever is there, they advise these asthma and the elder persons residing in the national capital region, that is NCR region, to go away of NCR because that pollution is such a powerful impact there. You can have a asthma or respiratory diseases involved. So it becomes very harmful for the elderly persons or the persons who are suffering from respiratory diseases. So pollution is a very big problem here. So that's why if you are conserving energy, you are helping in having a good health for yourself. Third thing is enhancement of your resources. Because in coal, If you are burning coal, the electricity generated is directly used because you are not storing the electricity. You cannot store that much of electricity in one go. So ultimately, you are using the resources which is available at that time right now. You are using less electricity, you are enhancing the resources. Ultimately, the benefits of energy conservation is also the enhancement of resources. And at the last, what I want to tell you is the energy conservation also reduces our living expenditure. Living expenditure in the sense, if I am consuming more electricity at my home, my electricity bill will be more. So ultimately, I am paying the electricity bill from my resources or from my earning. So it is going to hamper my day-to-day life. So ultimately, if I am going for energy conservation, my living expenditure is also directly or indirectly related to this one. Now, the point is how energy conservation and nuclear power comes into the picture. The first thing it is in a electricity generation in India, which where we are having a lot of sort of electricity generation or electricity resources to our remote areas. If you tell about 1000 power plant or production of a 1000 megawatt electricity, if you want to establish a power plant of fossil power plant or a nuclear site, you require this much of area, that is 2 kilometer or 1.5 to 4 kilometer radius of area. For 1000 megawatt, 1000 megawatt is a very big electricity component. Similarly, for the 1000 megawatt, if you go for a solar power plant, it requires a small city where, as in India, we are very much shortage of free space due to agriculture as well as our population growth. In the similar fashion, if you go for a wind power plant, it will cover you required 50 to 100 kilometers square. And for a biomass power plant, it is 4000 to 6000 kilometers square area. So why I have given this slide, the reason behind this is the area requirement for 1000 megawatt power plant for all the resources is very much higher compared to a thermal or a nuclear power. Whereas in India, we are lack of free space. This is one of the main components. Similarly, if you go for a fuel requirement, that is the fuel requirement to run a 1000 megawatt power plant for 1 year. In the coal-based power plant, you require somewhere around 2000 train cars. Okay, means 2,60,000 tons of coal to run a coal power plant to produce 1000 megawatt power plant for 1 year. For oil, you require 10 super tankers, and compared to our nuclear power plant, one truckload of fuel is enough. So, this slide shows us the transportation as well as the fuel requirement cost for production of 1000 megawatt power plant. So that transportation is also adding carbon dioxide or the greenhouse gases to the environment apart from fuel transportation. So directly or indirectly, the power plants which are like thermal power plants or the gas-based power plant, they are adding for fuel transportation the greenhouse gases to the environment also. Whereas in case of a nuclear power plant, one truckload of fuel is enough. Now, this is the reason why a nuclear power plant is called a clean, green, and awesome. Why? Because first of thing is it does not emit any greenhouse gases during operation. But in a coal power plant, if you burn a coal, you are directly emitting greenhouse gases. In case of a gas-based power plant, you are emitting greenhouse gases. But in case of nuclear power plant, you are not emitting any. That's why nuclear power plant does not emit any obnoxious or greenhouse gases to the environment for operation. That's the reason why it does not add anything in global warming or climate change. So there is no component of nuclear power plant for acid rain, and that's the reason why nuclear power plants is not related to the corporation of our Earth's ozone layer. The ozone layer which protects us from all the harmful rays which comes from the sun or from the universe. So it protects our ozone layer. So the ozone layer corporation gives or makes us harmful or effectful to the layers which comes from the X-ray or the ultraviolet rays. So ozone layer is a very important component in our day-to-day life or the living beings which we are present in the earth. That's why reason another component is due to nuclear power plant, the air quality degradation does not happen because you are not adding anything to the environment. In NPCIL, we do a program that is called Environment Stewardship Program. Okay, this Environment Stewardship Program, this is the program this program is for the conservation of the biodiversity in and around a nuclear power plant. From the center of the reactor to 15-kilometer radius, apart from your nuclear power plant, from the nuclear power plant periphery up to 16-kilometer radius, we do a study through a program that is called Environment Stewardship Program. So what we do in ESP, basically in a nuclear power plant, apart from the reactor building and accessories building, 1.5 kilometer radius area. So 20% is your constructed site, 20% is your used site, rest other 80% is left is for the corresponding nature. So ultimately what happens when you leave the nature without any harm, it occupies a full free space. So the native species whichever is present inside the boundary, they flourishes. So ultimately what happens, the biodiversity which is present inside a nuclear power plant flourishes due to lack of human intervention. So the nature around a nuclear power plant is flourishes, and this results to our environment stewardship program. Through ESP, we do a lot of conservation activities. We do a bird marathon activity at our Karnataka site that is called Kaiga site. In bird marathon, what we do, it is not like a marathon race. Well, as I have told, that is 15 kilometers is the radius. We do all the 4 or 5 transect. Transect means lines, wherever you can approach. Okay, to the transect, we do a team of experts who are wildlife experts with our volunteers, because we are not expert on the wildlife. We take the help of the agencies like Mumbai Natural History Society, like the Wildlife Institute of India, like the Turtle Surveillance India, or the forest institutes, or the state government forest departments. So we take them and make groups and go for the transit. During the transit, whichever bird you see, you note down it, because you are not expert on identification of the bird. So we take the help of these experts. These experts can identify the bird, they can guide, they can find out the number of species, they can tell out the approximate number of birds. So ultimately what happens, you find out the data about the birds present in and around your nuclear power plant. So from last 2011, we are doing the bird marathon at Kaiga, and what we have found out during last so many years, the number of species spotted at Kaiga from 2011 to till today is increasing gradually. So that means the nuclear power plant's operation is not hampering the environment present in and around Kaiga. So ultimately, we have spotted somewhere around 291 species of birds at Kaiga. Similarly, in our Uttar Pradesh side, that is nearer to Aligarh, that is Navra side, we have done this bird marathon from 2010, and we have seen somewhere around 316 number of bird species at Narora. So it is also increasing. Day by day it is increasing. At our Kurukulam site, that is near to Kanyakumari, that bird count, because it is a site where our bird marathon cannot be done because the transect are small. Means the transect, bird transect or birds approachable roads are small. So in a small scale, it is called as bird count. So in a bird count from 2016, what we have found out in Kurukulam is the numbers of species is increasing, and now we have spotted somewhere around 137 number of bird species at Kurukulam site in Tamil Nadu. Apart from this bird marathon, NPCIL is also associated with the Government of India program that is called Namami Ganga. Namami Ganga is a central government program, and this Namami Ganga says about the conservation or the improvement of Mother Ganga River. Starting from Devrayag to the Sundarbans, the whole length of Ganga River is for conservation and rectification of biodiversity in and around Ganga. So what we are doing in Narora, our Uttar Pradesh side, Gangaji is on the river bank of Narora side. This photograph, if you see on the background, is the nuclear power plant, and the foreground is Gangaji. So we are associated with Namami Ganga in association with Wildlife Institute of India, that is Ministry of Environment and Forest, Government of India, for Namami Ganga. So what we do for in Namami Ganga, at our site at Narora, in our township, we have developed a turtle facility, that is turtle breeding center. Because in Gangaji, what happens, there are a lot of turtle facilities or turtle species present in Gangaji. So we spotted two species of turtle, that is Batagud Gongaka and Tetra indica. These two species of turtle we have taken, and we have found out the eggs from the Ganga river basin, and we have provided actual or accurate environment in our township by developing a turtle breeding center. We developed this center in association with Turtle Surveillance of India Limited, because we are not the expert on this biodiversity. So we taken help of this CSA and WII, and we have developed this center. These centers, they keep the eggs, they provide proper ambience, proper temperature, proper environment, and after hatching, they provide the fooding to the neonates. Turtles, small turtles are called turtle neonates. Okay. So after growth at a certain length or certain stage, these turtles are released to the Ganga river again. Because turtles are directly or indirectly help in removing the pollution from the Ganga river. This is the turtle releasing from Narora breeding center. Apart from this turtle breeding, we do the rescue and rehabilitation of other aquatic species. Here, this is a rescue of Gangetic dolphin. Ganga river is the only river where you find these dolphins, which are called Gangetic dolphins inside Ganga river. These Ganga dolphins are rescued from one canal and left from the wildlife person of Ganga. Okay. Apart from this, we do lots of activities in other centers of our, like in our Kaya center, there is a river called Kali, and there is a big dam that is called the Kadra Dam. So we release the fish seedlings, that is native fish seedlings in Kadra river. So these seedlings improves the number of fish population in the Kali. Similarly, we do the conservation activity, like we distributed the honey bee hive to the local population in and around Kaiga, and we have developed a mangrove and artificial wetland at Kuramukula. This is an artificial wetland developed in our township, which is just adjacent to the Bay of Bengal, and we allow this water to come into, and this is like which what we found in the mangrove jungle. So this artificial wetlands allows the biodiversity to use it. And for the last 2 to 3 years, we are seeing lot of flamingos which are visiting to this artificial wetlands also. Activities under ESP, we do Kaigawad Marathon. We have developed butterfly gardens inside our nuclear power plant premises. In Kakrapar, that is near Surat, we have developed our butterfly garden just adjacent to our reactor building itself. Because this in an environment, if there is a slight change in the components of environment, then these components, these species like butterflies, honeybees, birds, or small species, they are the first which identify the change in the environment. They are the first species which can give an impression what is the changing of environment. But what we have found out in the butterfly garden, which is present all the adjacent to the reactor building itself, the number of butterflies are increasing in the butterfly garden. Similarly, we have developed a butterfly garden at Tarapur, that is in Maharashtra. We have developed a butterfly garden at Kaiga, that is in Karnataka, and we are going to develop butterfly garden in other sites. Here we do the tree plantation in and around our site also. Activities on ESP, we do tree plantation. This is the program where we teach the villagers about how to make bags. Because once you are not using plastic, you should use the paper bag or the cloth bag. So these components directly or indirectly helps you in reducing the use dependency on plastic. Okay. Similarly, sorry, we do poster competition for the students at Norora as well as Rajasthan. This is the rescue of a species in Norora. That is the total facility. Apart from that, these surveys or these activities, they come up with a data which says that how a nuclear power plant's operation can affect or can support or what is the impact of a nuclear power plant to the environment. So, based on the data, we have developed some profitable books also. The first profitable book which came up for the birds which are visiting our nuclear power plant. So, we named it our flying guest. Second, we came up with a profitable book on the butterflies, that is the 7 against 75. Then we have brought another profitable book about the flowers, that is the realm of flowers. And third, we have come up, and the fourth one, we have come up with the improved version of the bird, that is flyer of Australia. These profitable books are highly appreciated by lots of people in the national as well as international level. They have got some what they call prizes in the Public Relations Society of India, in the ABCL award. So these profitable books says about the impact of nuclear power on the environment. So that's the reason why these profitable books are very much important in nation. Speaking about nuclear power plants, today we are having nuclear power plant on most of the locations like in UP, in Gujarat, in Maharashtra, in Karnataka, in Tamil Nadu, and they are coming up. Few more sites are coming up in Madhya Pradesh, Haryana. We are coming up with HSBP, and in West Bengal there is a proposal that is called Haripur, and in Andhra Pradesh there is a nuclear power plant is proposed that is called Kowad. So these nuclear power plants are coming up in and around our full country as well. Apart from NPCIL, Department of Atomic Energy is having a lot of institutions all over India. For example, in Odisha, we are having there is an organization called Indian Rare Earths, which is present on the banks of Bay of Bengal, that is or Gopalpur on Sea, IRE Gopalpur on Sea. Apart from that, there is a oldest organization that is called Heavy Water Plant at Talche. That is also comes under the DAE. And in Bhubaneswar, there is Institute of Physics is there, which is an aided institute of nuclear power plants, or that is called DAE. So these are the components which are present in Odisha. So in a nutshell, what I want to say is nuclear power plant are environment friendly, and by having nuclear power plant, we are helping in the growth of the country. That's the reason why we call nuclear power plant, or it is said that nuclear power plant is clean, green, and safe in nature. I think I have covered my lecture. If you anybody wants to have any question, you can ask me about it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm on meeting, opening my video. It takes time. Friends, if you have any query, please you can ask, raise your hand, and you can ask questions, or you can put in the chat box also. Fine. Sankar kodagala video on. Uh, Fine. Thanks a lot, Jena sir. You have covered very nicely, befitting the topic today. Energy conservation and nuclear power. Of course, nuclear power plays a vital role for the production of energy in our country. You have nicely elaborated this significance of conservation and efficient use, reduce, and that ultimately saves energy. Ultimately, also it helps for good health of the human being as well as the environment. And NPCL's ESP Environment Stewardship Program is really praiseworthy, and conservation is the buzz of the hour nowadays everywhere. So biodiversity conservation and Ganga rejuvenation project is really praiseworthy. In our childhood, we used to see Gangetic dolphins even in our Brahmani river, but nowadays they are not at all traceable.
Yes.
Uh, so conservation is a must. Conservation is a must. The reason is we all should be aware, and I'm sure definitely this talk will reach to a larger section of the society, as it is streamed in live stream. It was live streamed in our social media pages. Maximum people can reach. Thanks a lot, Jena sir, for sparing your valuable time. And I can see during the lecture also you have signed some papers. Thanks a lot for accepting our request with a short notice. And thank you all, and thanks all our online viewers. Thank you.